So over the next 8 minutes or so, I was going to talk a little bit about my experience with the arthroscopic Latarjet, and then go into the top 5 tips to avoid complications, and then finally end off with the technique. So this is my personal experience. I first did my first arthroscopic Latarjet in 2012. I've done over 300 of these now. We've published 2 papers on it. The first paper was we published our earlier experience with respect to our complications, and we had about a 10% complication rate. The majority of them were minor complications. And this was followed up by another publication in JSCS in 2020. We looked at our learning curve, and our learning curve was, you can expect a little bit longer than anticipated. It took between 30 to 50 cases to feel that you're getting at that plateau and that steady state. So these are my 5 tips that I'll share with you. Tip number 1 is obviously to understand the arthroscopic anatomy. The peripheral nerves are very close. The axillary nerve is very close, as is the muscocutaneous. Understand the location of the brachial plexus and the vessels. Tip number 2. Before doing this operation, I did it cadaverically, so I think that's something I strongly recommend to consider doing a cadaveric surgery. The reason is that typically the companies that have the instrumentation for this type of operation, there's multiple steps, multiple ways of doing it, and so you don't want to be learning the instrumentation when you're actually doing the operation. So it gives you an opportunity to learn the steps of the instrumentation on a cadaver. It also allows you to look at where the anatomy is, look where the axillary nerve is, look where the muscocutaneous nerve is. And many of the companies out there that offer these arthroscopic Latarjet systems have set up cadaver labs that you can go visit and do the operation. Tip number 3, visit a surgeon. So this is myself and Jay Keener, the top right picture. We visited Laurent Lafosse back in 2011. And that's us visiting Pascal Boileau, both really pioneers in the arthroscopic Latarjet, and we spent some time with them to learn how to do this operation.